I'm Shihab Ratansi in Washington. Here are the main stories brought to you by Al Jazeera. Israeli and Palestinian leaders have completed the first round of direct talks at the U.S. State Department, but not much is known about what, if anything, was agreed. In 20 years of negotiations, they've been at this stage many times before, agreeing to talk about the talks and settling on a framework for a deal. The two sides will meet again in 2 weeks, along with U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and the U.S. Middle East envoy George Mitchell. Our correspondent Jackie Rowland has been following developments at the State Department in Washington.
Yes, and in that meeting, which we understand will take place somewhere in the Middle East, possibly in the Egyptian resort of Sharm el-Sheikh, but there's nothing official on that yet. Work will begin, we're told, on the next step, which is for the parties to draw up what's called a framework agreement. Now, a framework agreement is obviously falls far short of a final agreement, but it's more apparently than just a declaration of principles.
Authorities in the northern Mexican state of Nuevo León say at least 25 people have been killed in a gun battle with government forces. The state prosecutor's office says it occurred in the town of General Trevino near the border with Texas. The military says the men were members of a criminal organization. 3 soldiers were wounded in the violence. Despite all of this increase in violence, Mexico's president says his government's efforts against drug cartels are paying off. Felipe Calderón made the comments during his annual State of the Union address. But turf wars, targeted killings and actions by Mexican security forces have left at least 28,000 people dead since Calderón took power in December of 2006. Hurricane Earl has weakened to a Category 2 storm but is still generating powerful winds of up to 165 kilometers per hour. It's triggered a state of emergency in states along the east coast of the U.S. Earl is not expected to make landfall. It is anticipated, though, it will cause riptides, high water levels and severe rainfall. 3 Pakistani cricketers caught up in a betting scam allegation have been suspended by the game's world governing body, the International Cricket Council. The trio, Captain Salman Butt, along with bowlers Mohammad Asif and Mohammad Amir, had already pulled out of their tour of England. They maintain their innocence of match fixing. And those are the top stories. You can always keep up to date with the news on our website, the address aljazeera.net/English.